buggers, welcome back to the channel for a brand new creative sim / speed build duo. So in this video, we are going to be creating Nell Harrington and also her apartment that she currently resides in. Now, I've been doing videos lately where I will create, a family, and then I'll also go and show you the house that I would envision them living in, and then obviously posting them on the gallery so that you can live out their story if you wish. This is like my way of kind of putting forth like my own save without actually calling it a save, because by this point I feel like you could probably create your own if you really wanted to, but you know what, maybe someday when I stop biting off more than I can chew, that will be just one of the things in my bucket list. So this sim here is actually inspired by the sim that I created for the recent patch update where supposedly we were getting some skin tone fixes. Now, this sim, honestly, you guys, is absolutely one of my favorites, and the reason why is because I am just obsessed with her vibe, her aesthetic, the way that she makes me feel, and then also, most importantly, I love what they did with this hair. Like, they really did kill the retexturing of this hair, and honestly, I hope moving forward, this hair will be a prime example for future hairs to come. Like, you can do it. You can put quality and you can also put detail in one friggin' hair. So this shirt that Nell is wearing is actually in the base game update as well. And I don't know, it's kind of like, it definitely has a little bit of like an LA vibe. It's very sporty. It's also kind of like a jersey. And I really liked it, even though I do believe this is necessarily just a recolor. I still really loved it on the sim that I had created. So naturally, I wanted to go ahead and put it in place. So Nell is a very simple sim. She will wear her big ol' hoops. That's just kind of like her signature, and you'll know more why in just a second. And she also loves to wear like a wristwatch and then keep it really simple. Sometimes she'll wear like a nice like red gloss, maybe possibly pop a little rouge on the cheeks. And rouge is literally what my grandmother would call blush. But anyway, she would do that, and then she'll also maybe sometimes, depending on the occasion, wear a little eyeshadow. But mostly, I will admit that Nell is more of a kind of masculine sporting sim. Like, she loves her jersey. She loves to wear big old basketball shorts and stuff. She's really more for comfort than anything else. But that's Nell. I mean, it's kind of hard to explain. And I think that's why I love her so much, is because I feel like sometimes when you create sims, especially if you're the only one creating them, you kind of create the same thing over and over and over. And I just feel like she is just unique and super duper different. And I don't know, she just gives me like the warm and fuzzies inside. So we're moving on to her athletic attire. And as we kind of finish out her wardrobe, I did want to go and read you guys her backstory so that some of the things that I've been hinting to make a little more sense. So this is Nell Harrington. She is currently volunteering as a basketball coach at MYSHUNO's community center. Giving back to the community that she was raised in is the ultimate dream come true. It puts a smile on her face to know that she is making a difference in the lives of the youth here in the big city. In addition to loving sports and being active, she also loves to eat. Her favorite thing to eat is a spinach wrapped veggie burrito from Raul's family-owned taco stand in the heart of the Spice District. Even though Nell is busy and has little time for herself, she'd eventually like to move on to greater adventures, maybe become a personal trainer, a chef, or even settle down. The opportunities are vast, and just the sheer excitement of the unknown is enough for Nell. She's a very simple woman, I'm not gonna lie, but also I feel like I could envision her like having a bunch of babies and getting married and having like this big old family, maybe even getting a dog or a cat somewhere down the line. She just seems like a really humble, down-to-earth person, and she has so much freaking love to give. And it was just really easy for me to like put her together because I had this vision of a sim, of a person, if I'm getting real deep here, that I never even met. And I feel like to see it kind of almost come to life, Jen, please enunciate, is really cool. So I would hope that I can make, a little more diverse sims here in the future with even more deeper personalities. And the cool thing about everything, you guys, is I don't know if you've noticed, but I really don't use that much custom content anymore. Like, Nell here has no custom skin. She does have some custom eyes. I keep telling you that I'm going to tell you what those eyes are, and I literally keep forgetting. So if, okay, if in the comments down below, or I'm sorry, the description, there isn't a link to my website that will show you guys where exactly I get these eyes from, leave me a bunch of poo-poo emojis. Just do it. Just do it. Because honestly, at this point, I deserve it. So we're just doing a few minor, I guess, tweaks on Nell here. I'm kind of giving her a more deeper voice, I guess, and also kind of a very like confident walk, because she is super freaking confident and really outgoing. And now we are jumping in to surprise the speed build, which kind of feels weird. So this home here is 17 Culpeper House. I'm sorry that I keep rubbing the F word in your face, and I don't mean the F word. I mean the the F word. If you know, you know, and if you don't, you don't. And don't worry. You know what? Hang tight. Trust me, if I could tell you everything that's happening right now, you would know the wheels are spinning. But let's keep it strictly to the video. Anyways, long story freaking short, we are building in this particular apartment that I have built in so many freaking times. And at some point, you run out of floor plan ideas. So what I like to do on the apartments, just to kind of give it a different layout so that I have kind of a more unique floor plan to play with, is I like to kind of extend the communal hallways into the actual apartment itself. And it literally works because it kind of just feels like you walked into a hallway and it's still not actually a part of that apartment, even though technically it is. So obviously I don't want to be paying for the bills of that little communal space. So I kind of kept it very vague, and also it kind of mirrors what's on the, main community spot. So we're going into Nell's bedroom, and Nell, I'm not gonna lie, as easy as it was to kind of pick out her wardrobe, it was about 20 to 50 times harder to figure out what I was going to do for her room. I did know that she likes... Well, she lives in the Spice District, and these apartments aren't new. They're not like, you know what I'm saying? They're not like modern. They're not like bad and bougie. And to be honest with you, Nell doesn't really have like all the money in the world. She lives comfortably, but she's also a volunteer. And actually, where she makes a lot of her money is her meal plans that she does. And also she does do a couple like, here and there side personal training sessions for the Sims in her building. So that's how she kind of makes her money. And she's been in several magazines and things like that, and donations and yada yada yada, so on and so forth. So I mean, that's kind of how she makes her money, but ultimately she really doesn't have a lot to splurge. So getting a more affordable apartment in the Spice District so she can be close to the community center and also not go beyond her means just kind of made a lot of sense for her. So we have a lot of exposed brick in this apartment, which I really liked a lot. It kind of brings a little bit of the outside structure in for the living room space. I'm not gonna lie to you, I have no freaking idea what to do. So I just kind of went off the bedroom, which is weird, right? Okay, so if you watch my speed builds and you really know me, what room do I normally start with? I'm not gonna even tell you the answer. You're just gonna comment down below, because I want to see whose whose peeps are open and whose heads on a swivel. But seriously, like, I always start with a specific room, and then I'll go to the other, rooms to furnish it type of a thing. But I got a lot of my inspiration just off of whatever I threw together in Nell's bedroom, and I liked it. So we have a very big space here. And originally I'm like, gosh, what am I going to do? Am I going to like throw in a fireplace, or am I going to just have everything kind of face towards the walls? It's a very weird part of this particular apartment because there's so many windows, you're kind of limited, but eventually it all came together. Nell was able to fit in a huge 3-seater couch, a love seat as well, also a desk, so obviously she can keep up with her, I guess, students, right? And then also do her meal plans and things of that jazz. She definitely needed a computer for that. Originally I was trying to keep the apartment itself under that, singleton sim threshold. Whatever money you get kind of like moving in or after create a sim is kind of what I wanted her to have, but unfortunately we went over budget, as we always do. So I like it. I love the apartment. I think it's cute. It's very simple, so don't expect something very cluttered, but it's practical. And yes, okay, there is a little video gaming machine because I'm sorry, your girl loves to do a little competitive gameplay to unwind. I went with this particular rug because I wanted to have the little accents of yellow throughout the apartment kind of pop, and so I felt like having something that also had just a little shrivel of it made a lot of sense. And then also, I don't know if you guys noticed, but the lamp has, you know, yellow to it as well. I really love that lamp. I use this lamp all the freaking time. And because Nell is, okay, a personal trainer, well, not a personal trainer, but even a basketball coach, obviously being in tip-top shape is like at the pinnacle of importance to her. So I threw in a weight machine, which actually I wouldn't have done it personally, but I like it, so we're gonna go for it. We're throwing in a little mirror because up until this point, I wasn't sure if we were going to have one. Also, to kind of tie in the, to tie in the communal hallway, I threw in a little doormat because, you know, also I wanted that to make a lot of sense. Now, this is where I struggled. Oh, my freaking goodness gracious. Okay, so we're throwing in modern counters, right? And we're also going to put in a bunch of cabinetry so that you can, I can't say the word, but we're not going to try, so that you have, like, you know, a lot of space for, you know, your food and whatever else you want to throw in there. But this bathroom is like literally right off the kitchen, and normally I wouldn't do that, but I like that. I am liking how, like, I'm liking this one way narrative of doing floor plans. Like, I did this in the Burb household, and I liked the way that it turned out. It actually made the layout situation just so much easier to achieve. So I did that with this as well. It's kind of like a very one direction type of a floor plan, but also super duper spacious, I might add. All right, so we're adding in some kitchen detail. I will tell you about the bathroom and why I struggled in just a second. Originally, I wanted to clutter this up because, as I told you guys, Nell is a bit of a foodie, right? And so having spices and also, like, you know, pots and pans and knives and things of that jazz, like, in theory, it sounded really realistic, but also when I was kind of looking at it, I'm like, oh my God, she has nowhere to cook. Like, foodie, but she ain't gonna eat. And then also it just started looking really tacky and nasty. So I decided to just, you know, envision maybe some of those pots and pans are actually in all of the counter space that I gave you, or cabinetry, I suppose. So moving on to the bathroom, I was going to incorporate the same counters that we used here, but eventually I ended up, you know, switching it up and kind of making it actually blend in quite nice. But I'm not even there yet because I'm too busy trying to find the paper towel rolls and also figure out what I'm going to put in this wall. I wanted to throw out more magazines that Nell was in just because I feel like she's very proud of her accomplishments, but then I didn't like the way that looked. So, you know, we moved on. This bathroom literally is giving me a headache because it's so weird. Like, there's 3 squares on one side and then there's 2 squares on another, and as you guys know, the double showers fit perfectly into a 2 square. So I was gonna go for the just deck it out with full cabinetry, but then I didn't like how it kind of like unbalanced the apartment. So I ended up fixing that, and I'm not gonna even tell you what I did because what I want to tell you is so much more important. I recently changed my reshade too, by the way, and I think I really like this one. I believe it is by Nell'S. I hope that's how you say your name. I swear I'm not good at this. Like, we know I'm not the freaking princess of pronunciation, but I believe this is the first one, which is like Chill Breeze or something like that, along with the eyes that I've been promising to share with you guys. I will also have the current reshade that I'm using, and I love that it adds a little extra color, okay, but also it incorporates a bunch of sharpness, and it just makes everything look absolutely freaking amazing. So anyways, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video here. If you guys are interested in downloading Nell or her apartment, they will be available on the Gallery Gen 2606. And with that said, you guys, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and if you did, you know what to do. Don't forget to go ahead and comment, rate, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, where the sun doesn't shine, and I will see you all next time. Bye, guys. Why do I fall back to you? It's like you're a drug to me. I can't quit. It's not like we're still 22, trying something new, just a pastime. I don't think that we ever could work this out. None of it makes sense, there's no reason why I still fall back to you.